What is happening internally? What is happening inside of you that is keeping you stuck at the same level of income for quite a time right now? Let's talk about it on this episode. Hello and welcome to Dear Lag, Let's Break Up, the podcast where we make money mindset work extra simple so that you, as a female entrepreneur, can easily increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business. Because together we are saying, Dear Lag, let's break up. It really sucks when you have hit a wall with your income and you are stuck at the same level regardless of what you try. It doesn't matter if you put 5 different offers out there, money doesn't seem to be increasing and you are more and more feeling the stuckness, frustrated, and without knowing what to do. It was taking me a lot to figure out why, although I had a business for over 10 years, we did fine, but money was always almost at the same level. We are good at what we do, but we used to find it very hard to receive. We were always seemingly breaking even. And even when we used to get more money, well, bills pop up. And that was just enough to get us by. Those storms are over. Only after this session alone, I've never thought that I hold into so much shit that got me stuck at the same level of income. I knew I had a good thing going on with my business, but one sale here and there just didn't work for me. It has been the best decision to get into this program. Alejandra is the best person to have in your corner when it comes to money. These are real DMs that I have received since last year when I first launched Income Accelerator. If you have been facing that wall and feeling stuck in your income, listen up because this opportunity is for you. I'm opening a limited one-on-one spaces for you if your mission is to boost through that income wall and double or triple your income in the next 90 days. Income Accelerator is the premium income mastery program where our only mission is to get you to increase your income in ways that you cannot even imagine. So natural, so easy, so effortlessly. You can learn more about it at themoneymindset.hub.com/income. That is themoneymindset.hub.com/income. And hurry up because spaces are limited. When you start your own business, the first, I would say 1 or 2 years, you're trying to figure everything out. You have been there, done that already. You have, come to clarity on what is it that you want to do. You have put some huge goals because we all believe that we can make it, the fire is gonna last and all these things, but on the way you have learned what is the offer that you feel aligned to, what are the offers that you are not gonna offer, what are the ways to work, what are the clients that you want. You figure out everything and you have made money, but turns out that for the last couple of months, perhaps 6 months, perhaps 8 months, your income have stood in a place. You have been stuck at the same place on your income side. And the problem is that you don't want to stay there. You want more. You want different with your money. So understanding what is happening internally will help you to put that beautiful brain of yours to work with you and not against you anymore, which is my whole purpose. And it's the whole purpose of Income Accelerator, the program where I walk you through 3 different stages, teaching you money brain frameworks that you can use to increase your income in such a fast way and so easy because, again, we work with your brain and not against it. So this episode is going to be all about really understanding what is happening so you can do something about it. One of the reasons why I'm personally obsessed with understanding what is happening between your brain and your interaction with money is because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Once it becomes aware, like once you become aware that that is happening, you cannot unsee it. Therefore, you will make a new connection. And that's when your reality with money will change. So, first, let's start addressing what is really driving that behavior of stuckness. I think I've said it 1,000 times and I'm not going to really stop repeating it, because the only reason why you're stuck at the same level of income is because you have found your comfort zone with money. Now, you may argue why my comfort zone for some people is $10,000, for other people is $100,000. Well, answer is simple, because each person, each individual have a different story and have a different way of understanding, interacting, and processing money. Your story is getting you to be stuck at the level of income that you are already. And in order to change that, you have to do a set of things when it comes to working with your brain and not against it. Say that you are an entrepreneur that for the past 2 years have created a business, a multiple six-figure business. You have done that. You know this is your shit. You know that your podcast, your whole business, your agency, whatever is it that you have, you know that you are meant to do this. And you did it, multiple six figures. But it's time to level up. And it is time to level up on ways that you didn't know it was possible for you. So you're already creating those multiple six figures. You are already putting offers out there and having people buying those offers. You got money coming in, but it's not your desire. And it doesn't have to be the desire of anybody else. You don't have to settle for that. You don't have to be okay with doing six figures and not wanting more. In fact, you know this, because if you are listening to this episode, it's because you know you want to increase your income. So taking all that shame out, taking all the narratives out, it is okay that you want more. But one of the reasons why you are stuck, it's because that more is not part of your comfort zone with money. Multiple six figures has been your comfort zone. And now it's time that you allow yourself to quote unquote grow on that sense. So, what that comfort zone means for your money brain interaction. When you grow up with so many stories. And if you grow up in a family of entrepreneurs, you have a lot of those stories debunked already. You have a lot of those beliefs debunked, and they have made a lot easier your path in the entrepreneurship world. But if you come from a family that were not entrepreneurs, but they supported entrepreneurs, you also have a different path. Whatever your story is, wherever you come from, the reality right now is that you are making multiple six figures and you have been making that for the past year or so. But the fact that it's repeating and it's not going beyond that shows that your brain right now is telling you it is not safe. I don't know. What would you do it? And I think I talked about this on episode 70, if I recall correctly, where I want you to imagine your brain and your nervous system as the gates, and I'm right now in the Netherlands, so all of my analogies are going to be related to water. So I want you to think about your nervous system and your nervous system first as the gates that prevent water from flooding the Netherlands. Well, I don't know if you know, but if you don't know, the Netherlands, it's a country that is mostly water and that is even below water levels. So they literally have to keep water out before before they float out of this earth. So your nervous system are all of that engineering process, all of those gates, all of those canals that they have created to keep water away so they don't float. With money, your nervous system is the gates that prevent to put you in danger with money. And in danger is not only about literal danger, like security wise. It can also be being rejected by your family. It can also be reactivating an old trauma with money. It can also be being not being part of a community. It can also be going against where your parents are. It can be a bunch of things. It really can be a bunch of things, and it all depends how your brain understands it. So the way that you are feeling right now, that kind of contradictory feeling of you thinking, I want to increase my income, but quickly shutting down that emotion, shutting down that desire, shutting down asking for help, shutting down scheduling a call to see if the Income Accelerator is a program for you or not. That response is your brain responding, is your brain doing its job, keeping you safe. So why would you go there? Why would you go there if you already are here? You should be grateful, they say. Listen, there's so many things that you need to be grateful for, but not responding to your desires is not one of them. You can be grateful. You should be great now. You should now, whatever. You can be grateful for bunch of things. I am grateful because I woke up today, because today was snowing, freaking snowing. I love the snow. I'm grateful because I have people to talk, because I have a community. I'm grateful because I went to an amazing trip with my mom. I'm grateful because I breathe, because I have a microphone, because I have a voice. I'm grateful for so many things because I can do whatever the fuck I want to do if that is what I want to do. I cannot be grateful when I wake up and I think, oh, I want to do this. I really want to do this. But then I feel the fear and I get stuck by the fear. And then I see time passing by and I'm not doing anything about it. I cannot be grateful for that because I'm making a choice to stay at that level. I'm making the choice to let my old brain path to make a choice for me. So I cannot be grateful for that. If you can, that's on you. But I cannot be grateful on that because I'm betraying myself. I'm betraying my desires. I'm betraying my vision. But I went on a tangent here. So when you really become aware that is your brain reacting to the situation and it's not your whole being, it's not your full senses, because when your brain reacts this way, at the same way that the gates close when water is coming, when the levels of water are rising, the same way your nervous system turns out the alarms and it starts to close down. That's when you have these reactions of quickly shutting down those voices or that desire or that higher self, whatever you want to call it. That is your brain working to do its job. Now, what is your job as the person, business owner that can work with your brain and not against it? Well, your job is as simple as learning the three things, like the three intentions on the Income Accelerator. Income Accelerator, it's designed to work with your brain. And in that designment, is that a word? Oh, no, I just made it up. But in that design, I have made sure that on those three different stages that you're going to go through, you have the intention on every single stage to know more and learn more about your beautiful brain and your connection, brain money, brain body, brain language connection with money. so that you can quickly realize, just like they have done it here in the Netherlands, if the water is going above zero point 0.5, it is time to do something different so the gates move in a different way. It is exactly the same. How this looks in a real day entrepreneurship journey. Let's say that after all of these 2 to 3 years, and after these 6 months of you being stuck in the same level of income, this is the seventh month that you have woke up and say, I really would like to receive more. I'm grateful for I'm receiving, but I really would like to receive more. And your brain goes and quickly shuts you down because you gotta go and do work and be grateful for what you have and just continue your journey. That money will come along the next day. When that happens, if you know that 6 months and a half already passed, you are entering into the seventh and you are determined to make more money because that's what you want and you're gonna honor yourself, then you start doing the different money brain frameworks. You start putting it on practice, and in 2 weeks, there you go. Your income, more income is there. Because the problem is not to have the desire, the problem is not to feel the fear, the problem is not to have those internal conversations, and the problem is not to really sit down and feel stuck. That is not the problem. The problem is that you let that stuckness to define you. You let that stuckness to be who you are. You let those all identities with money to continue defining who you are right now and you are going to be in the future with money. That is the problem. And that is not your brain's job to tell you, hey, we can do different. Because in fact, your brain is going to stop you from doing different. You know, what you need to do here is to tap into the different frameworks to have that quote unquote conversation and say, hey, brain, I'm going to do this. We're going to do this together. And I know it seems kind of crazy that you can have a conversation like that with yourself. But once you understand that that part of that super beautiful and complex part of us that is one mind, three brains, are determining a lot of what we do, then you cannot walk away from working with it, from working with mind. When mind opens, mind receives different. And when mind receives different, mind shifts and let go of whatever you don't need. But you gotta work with it. Okay. If in your vision and it's your desire to increase income in the next 90 days, Income Accelerator, the program where I have combined all of the plus 10 years of financial experience with money mindset expertise and nervous system regulation, creating the most wonderful brain money or money brain frameworks that you can use so that you increase your income since day number one. That program is for you. So go to themoneymindset.com/income and schedule a 15-minute call so you can see if this program is really for you and we can see if we fit together and we work from there. Go to themoneymindset.com/income and schedule your 50 minutes great fit call. Okay, but before I let you go, did you know that you have a space where your money mindset work is made extra simple so that you can increase your income, better your relationship with money, and grow your business in such a simple and easy way? Go to themoneymindset.hub.com and choose your path and start making those changes easily and effortlessly. That is themoneymindset.hub.com. Ahora sí, Wealthy Soul, if you love this episode, don't forget to leave a review down below. It will help me to help more wealthy souls to transfer their money mindset.